governors have excelled. Let me seize this opportunity to also thank His Excellency most profusely for all the support and assistance they gave to ensure that the People's Democratic Party had a hitch-free, proper convention in Port Harcourt in the last 2 months. We are most grateful. We are riding on that in Abuja. We are riding on that success to be able to say, well, we have hope for the People's Democratic Party. If it were not for the sacrifices and contribution of you governors, we would have been on shaky grounds. But sir, we went into the 2019 election, and Abia State did very, very well. Abia State gave Waziri Atiku Abubakar during that general election at least 74% of the votes that were cast and counted here. For the first time, APC was able to score 26%. So they had more than the statutory 25%, for which the PDP is humongously grateful. We would have wished that they didn't get 26%, but at all is what is bad. To get 76% is a lot of effort, is a lot of sacrifice. Your Excellency, very clearly, the APC came in with 3 principal ideas. One, that they wanted to deal with the security situation in the country. Security in the country is by far worse than when they came in. They failed woefully. They talked about the need to be able to deal with employment for our youth, to deal with the economy. Today, Nigeria is the poverty capital of the world. All economic indices were failed. 3, they said, okay, they were going to fight corruption. The level of corruption in government, APC-led federal government, is one of the worst in the history of this country. So in all the major areas they said they were coming into office, they have failed woefully. The average Nigerian youth finds it impossible to find employment. 33% index of unemployment in Nigeria is very high. Yet, we are producing the children. Children cannot find jobs. We, their fathers, cannot even sustain our industry. No spare parts, no raw materials, nothing to be able, no foreign exchange. We are the most borrowed in the history of Nigeria. This season, this tenure is when we have borrowed the highest amount of money. And as it is said, we are now, by the end of 2022, going to 2023, Nigeria will have borrowed over 50 trillion naira. And we have to depend on our children to pay this. So, Your Excellency, Nigeria needs to be fixed. Nigeria should be fixed by people who are experienced, people who are well educated, people who have proven track record of performance. we know very clearly that this has opened up a lot of arguments, a lot of where should we go around and search for a candidate. Nigeria is in a precarious situation. Nigeria is in a far worse condition than even the issue of rotation. Before we look at, according to the PDP constitution, where should we have a president coming from and a president not coming from? We have peculiar problems that we are faced with at this time, and we need to find solution to those peculiar problems. So it is not, we have to look for the best available hands. Your Excellency, this search is not long, it's not far-fetched. Apart from proven track record, experience, maturity, ability to lift, to take us out of this position, all parts of Nigeria have people that are capable, including from the southeast. But at this very particular point in time, Your Excellency, let me say a little bit, digress a little bit, and come to the main matter. Your Excellency, I believe that, number one, I am an in-law or here in Abia of right. You know very well, Your Excellency, that my elder brother is married to the Okpara family, the late Premier of Eastern Region. I personally, I have supported and dwelt with everything that concerns the Southeast. So there's no animosity, or there's no, I learned you were also angry some time ago when it was reported that I said there was nobody qualified in the Southeast to be president. I never said so. And I never implied it in any way. I only set out the criteria, and I said, let us look at the issues that we are confronted with now, with the political situation that there is. We need to we needed a little bit of time to do some house and home cleaning, especially in the Southeast. Apart from that, all those who are clamoring for a Southern president are not clamoring for it because of the Southeast. They are not clamoring for it because they believe that that is the right cause, is to actualize and fulfill their personal ambitions. APC, your colleagues that you governors met with, both in Enugu and in Lagos, they have a problem. And they want to pick somebody from the Southwest. So it is for the Southwest. But we have had 8 years of Obasanjo. We have had 8 years of Osinbajo, even when that means nothing to me, because I have always criticized the APC government as it were. I'm not persuaded. I will not be associated with them. I'll continue to criticize them for their failures, for plunging Nigeria to this position. The Southeast are entitled to, and I believe that I have every reason to be one of the first persons to support the Southeast at the appropriate time. So there's no animosity, there's no diversion, there's nothing that is required that I'm against in that matter. But only to say we must do it when we can have the appropriate enabling environment to make sure that it is not only a matter of contesting, it's a matter of winnability. Nigeria needs redemption and salvation at this time. The PDP must be at the forefront of making sure that we win practical realities are different from what we can call our personal desires. So we must look at what we need to do to be able to win this election. Your Excellency, it is along these lines that we said we think we can leverage on the experience, we can leverage on the relationship, the unifying capability of Waziri Atiku Abubakar. We can leverage on his educational standard. We can leverage on all the things that he represents to say at this very critical time, we should be able to properly have Waziri Atiku Abubakar run. Your Excellency, some people have raised the matter of issue, but you know, an issue with his age. All I can say is that Waziri Atiku Abubakar is physically strong. Atiku Abubakar is very healthy. Atiku Abubakar runs 2 hours daily on the treadmill. 2 straight hours, and it is not at the level of 1 kilometer an hour and that one. These are speeds of between 8.5 to 10 kilometers an hour. He does 2 straight hours. But the doctors are there to prove and to get clear-cut reports. I'm not afraid of that. He's mentally healthy. He is physically healthy. The issue of where presidency should go, zoning and no zoning, is left for the party to determine. And once the party comes to a conclusion on that, that will be fine. A Ekweremadu report said the presidency should go to the north. We now have a Bala Mohammed report, which has not been presented before NEC. It has been circulated, which said that 2 areas have to be given priority, the northeast and the southeast. So we have to look at the expediency of winning this very particular election at this point in time. Your Excellency, you have done very well. Your Excellency, you have stood for truth and given out your very best in ensuring that the Southeast is properly promoted, projected, and protected. And I want to commend Your Excellency and wish that we go a notch further. I know that it is a matter of sitting down, that you can get the eminent leaders. I'm not saying come out now, please give support. No, I am saying let us sit down, let us negotiate, let us make sure PDP wins this election. We put down everything and we say this is the basis on which we can support this person or support that person. Let it be clear. Let it not be business as usual that I want to be a minister or I want to be a secretary or I want to be this thing. That is the basis of negotiation. You are experienced enough and you are in a position to provide the lead for the whole of the Southeast to ensure that there is an equitable, fair place. You are not ambitious. You are not pushing your own personal ideas over and above every other person. But you want fairness, justice, and equity for the people of the Southeast. And may God help you achieve that goal. So, Your Excellency, the purpose of our visit is just to consult with you, to consult with our brethren in the party to say, look, Waziri Atiku Abubakar, we believe, is capable, subject to what the party finally agrees. But we want to urge you, plead with you, to be able to meet with the members of the party in the state. You are the leader of the party, as it's known, so we cannot sneak in or come from behind to meet the members of the party without coming through you. We thank you very, very much for graciously accepting to receive us and receive us at home, for us to enjoy the good times also with you as we have come in. God bless you. God protect you. God allow you to play the role in a better and hopeful Nigeria. Thank you very much, Your Excellency.
Carefully internalized your message. His Excellency, former Vice President Atiku Abubakar, is not strange to me. I recall that during the primaries of 2019, in Port Harcourt, I was called into a room a few hours before the convention proper, and the question was posed to me: who do you think is the most qualified candidate at that time to fly the flag of our party? God gave me the courage to answer pointedly and straightforward. I said to them that I feel it's Alhaji Abubakar, and that we had decided in Abia to support him. And you know that I occupy a precarious position in Nigeria, being the governor of the number one state. The burden of casting the ballot was on my shoulder to cast the first ballot on that election, because I was leading the queue and Abia was going to vote first. And a few of my friends and colleagues did not quite believe that that was going to happen. But because it was a free and fair contestation, I led out and voted, and the Abia delegates, most of which are here, all queued behind me and voted Alhaji Atiku Abubakar. Unfortunately, we could not succeed to grab power at the national level. And the dynamics of elections is in a state of rapid flux. It 10 minutes is enough for things to happen on an election day. But now that you have come, we have just two comments to make at this level, because we know that these consultations will continue. The first one is, have we done a retrospective study of why we did not succeed on that election? And if we have done so, have we made plans and arrangements and dredged up strategies that will avert a repetition of what happened before? The second issue that I would like to raise, and I thank you very much for alluding to it in your opening remarks. This part of Nigeria feel alienated from government and governance. And it has gotten to a point that our people are becoming apathetic, withdrawn. Because if you treat a child as an unwanted child, the child begins to retract and will no longer be in a position to express himself or herself. The pockets of agitation you see here and there is just a fallout of some bottled up things, probably expressed in not too good fashion, but expression of an angry man can hardly be moderated. So the sentiments here is very strong, and you see, part of the reason why God gave me the opportunity to become a governor is that should for any reason I'm unable to make heaven, let it be that the reason is not because I lied. Because if I say the truth, what will happen to me? And that is why I will always at all times say things the way I see them. So Our people are very, very touchy and sentimental about the Nigeria project. A few weeks ago, the army called out for volunteers, and my people didn't want to volunteer to go to army. For the ordinary person, I mean, but for me and for every deep thinker, those are telltale signs of some very serious issue. The problem of Nigeria today is not even hunger, neither is it poor infrastructure. It is because we have lost our nation. We may have a country, speaking about geography, but our nation, talking about people loving themselves, respecting themselves, relating with one another as countrymen, we are gradually losing that. What we see is just a bunch of tribesmen. We don't have nation builders. We don't have people who speak from the perspective of one nation under one God. So it is a big problem. Nation building should be the first assignment for us going forward. How do we begin to build the confidence we have in one another? How are we going to heal the apathy that has become the lots of some parts of this country? And it is for this reason that you may be right, what the party zoning, whatever, and I think you need to continue to emphasize this. But our people are not thinking about party. They are thinking about how do we belong to Nigeria? How do we become part of Nigeria? What will Nigeria say to us? How do we expect Nigeria to treat us so that we can really know that equity, justice, inclusion is possible in our country? And I have said it before, and I dare say it again. The foremost group of people that has demonstrated their faith in one Nigeria, incidentally, is the people from this part. In every part of Nigeria, if there are non-indigenous in Sambisa forest, you will see an Igbo man there. And we are not just spectators to events. We make deep contributions to the socio-economic development of wherever we find ourselves, indicating that, see, we want to become part of the society. And we have no other place apart from where we are living and then where our children go to school. So I know that you have capacity for social engineering, and that is what we need now. We need to talk more about inclusion, not only about people of the Southeast. Even the youths feel seriously alienated. The women feel seriously alienated. This is 2021. Public buildings don't have consideration for people with disability in Nigeria. So people, we need to work on our, because for me, in one sentence, the greatest evil that the current APC government has done to Nigeria is to foist a scenario where our yesterday is certainly better than our today, and our tomorrow promises to be worse than our today. That is my definition of hopelessness. That's my definition of hopelessness, and that is where we have found ourselves. And that despondency is a very dangerous place to find a man, because those with fragile psychological frame snap easily and things begin to happen. This is the reason why our children resort to drugs. This is the reason why our children are into fraud. This is the reason why our children do all kinds of things, because they are concomitants of a failed system. So, sir, I don't envy you. Your task is not easy. But I want you to give me the narrative with which I will go to the grassroots and begin to, propagate this message. Like I said earlier, I don't have any doubt whatsoever in the capacity of Elijah Abubakar to do the needful. I have so many reasons which you may have left out due to want of time or something that I could give. But under the circumstance, every politics is local. Our people are worried, very, very worried. And it has placed a very serious burden on our shoulders to convince them otherwise. Because when you say that everything, I read a joke, a joke in my phone, and a family was served rice, and the rice was so small that the little child asked the mother, "Why is the pyramid here small? Why is it not a reflection of the other pyramid? Why is the pyramid on the plate? The pyramid on the plate is very, very small. Small pyramid here."
Yes, sir.
So, Ogabi, I rest my matter here. Thank you very much, sir.
Thank you, Your Excellency.
Thank you very much. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you,
So
sir.
we'll be waiting for the...
All right. No, I will send across.
Thank you, sir. Thank you, sir.
Thanks for checking out SYMFONI on YouTube. Please be sure to subscribe and like our videos for updates.